Hello, this is SCCY 778 with a brand new gun that I just got in, the SCCY CPX3. This of course is SCCY's .380 caliber pistol that has been teasing us at SHOT Show for the last 3 or 4 years, but it is finally out. So let's go ahead and get to the unboxing here. As you can see, nice box I guess, but let's just go ahead and open it up and show you what you get inside here. First and foremost, your lifetime warranty card and your owner's manual. And of course you get the pistol, and this particular package comes with 3 magazines, not 2. Your mileage will vary on this. I've seen some packs available with 2 mags. This particular one came with 3. You do get a child lock on the trigger. It's a trigger guard lock, I guess you could call it. Here are the keys to unlock the thing. Comes off pretty easily. I guess you could use this when you were doing it in storage, but who cares? Me personally, that's what I'm going to do with it. And you get a pair of spare magazines, and that is pretty much it. And then you get a 3rd magazine, so you get 3 magazines with this, which is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. And there you have it, the SCCY CPX3. Okay, and let's go ahead and get to the specifications on this pistol. The barrel length on this is 2.96 inches, the overall length is 5.7 inches, the width is 1.1 inches, and the height is 4.2 inches. The advertised weight is 15 ounces. As far as the finish goes, on the slide you get what they call a natural stainless steel, otherwise known as just a matte steel. The frame is made out of Zytel polymer. You get 3-dot steel sights. The rear dots are adjustable for windage. The forward dot is fixed. And as I mentioned previously, you get 3 10-round mags, at least with this particular package. 2 of these are flush fitting, these 2 right here, and then 1 with a finger extension, which you can see right here. The MSRP on this gun is $349.99. The street price will vary depending on the number of mags you get. I got 3. I paid $289 for this. The 2 mag package will certainly be less. Okay, and now we're going to do a general walkthrough of this pistol and its features. The first thing that you will see is the Roebuck Quad Lock advertisement on the side of the slide here. This is supposedly making the barrel inside of this pistol more stable when firing. Don't know a whole lot more about it. I didn't see anything unusual inside the slide when I opened it up earlier. As far as the controls go, this is pretty straightforward. You get your slide catch button here. Your takedown pin is right here. This is a double action only, hammer fired. It is internal. We'll show you right there. As you can see, that hammer is inside. Finger grooved grip with some, I would say, some pretty light stippling on it. But it does allow for a pretty good purchase, as you can see here. And the really cool thing about this is if you have small to medium sized hands, you will be able to wrap that pinky around the bottom of the grip without it hanging off. Even with the flush ones, at least I can do it. Here, I'll show you that real quick. Let me get another one of these magazines. Put that in there. And as you can see, in my case anyway, even flush, I can still wrap that pinky finger around it, so that's cool. Okay, on the opposite side, it does look like this mag release is reversible, and as you can see, the mag release works pretty well. Comes right out. Pretty smooth feeling button. It's definitely a lot better than the Taurus TH9 is. Not as good as my Sig Sauer though, but pretty useful. Does lock back on the last round. And that's pretty much it for the features of this thing. Let's go ahead and show you the trigger action. It is a pretty heavy trigger, folks. You get a long take up. It is smooth though. Long take up, breaks pretty much all the way in the back. And your reset, there is no reset. It comes all the way out. But anyway, there you have it. Trigger does feel pretty nice and smooth. I'm not noticing any grittiness. And on the take up, yeah, you pretty much, you know, you'll hit a wall here. Actually, you really don't. Does break pretty clean. Feels slightly spongy, but it's not bad. Okay, and as far as the slide itself goes, it's actually pretty easy to operate. Runs pretty smooth. Slams back pretty good too. Then you've got your sight picture here. Kind of a short one. Does have white dot sights. These are adjustable for windage only. This is basically fixed. They are made out of steel, so that's good. Pretty good size extractor here. And if there is a loaded chamber indicator on this thing, I don't really think there is. The manual says actually that you need to press check to see if it's, you know, at least that's, you know, which is not that easy to do because this, you know, there's no serrations in the front here. Oh yes, and this gun is unloaded, by the way. But from these serrations are kind of cool though. They're curved, and you can get a pretty good grip on that. Really good grip on that actually. So pretty easy to operate. This gun would be well suited for somebody with weaker hands, just because, you know, yeah, it works quite well. Okay, and let me go ahead and do a takedown on this now. It does require like a flathead screwdriver, just a small one, to get this pin out, but it's pretty easy. First thing you need to do is lock the slide all the way back. And you got your pin right here. Just need to pry it out a little bit. Comes right out. Easy. Then you release the slide catch button, bring it all the way forward. Okay, here's your slide. You get a single coil captured spring. The guide rod is made out of steel. Pretty, let me go ahead and bring this up close. Pretty flat surface, a little bit of a well here on this side, but this is a really easy slide to clean. There's your, and here's your barrel. Just a hair under 3 inches long. And I'll show you the inside of the rest of the slide here. As you can see, I made it all clean and purty for the camera. It's been ballistalled to death. Actually, this gun did show up pretty clean. Can't say the same for the mags, but we'll get into that later. Here are the internals of the pistol. As you can see, we've got full-size rails here, which is nice. There's your hammer, your internal hammer. The rest of this is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Okay, and then to put it back together, just need to do the reverse here. Put your barrel in. Boy, this is kind of slippery because I ballistalled it to death. Okay, and then your guide rod goes right back in there. Pretty easy. And then you want to lock it all the way back. Make sure your barrel is all the way out when you do this. And in this pin here, make sure that it is faced upwards like this with this little tab on the top. Actually, this way, sorry. So have it face this way. And then you're going to put it in. You know, get a little thumb on it and then just work the barrel back just a little bit. And then it just goes right into place. Then you're back in business. Now there is one oddity that I wanted to show, and that is with these magazines. Now the manual says not to slap them in real hard because you could damage them. They do get stuck. You slap it in like that, look at that, it won't come out. Kind of weird. But if you push down on the slide catch button, it loosens it up and they come right out. Now, so the question there would be is if you're under duress and you need to reload, like say in a self-defensive situation, let's just say you fired your first round, you drop your first mag and then you slap another one in real fast so you can get back into action. Well, even if it does jam, I have found, even if it does get stuck in here, it still comes out when you facilitate the slide catch button to rack it, after a reload. But just an oddity that I wanted to show you. It's a little bit weird. My recommendation would be is don't slap the crap out of these things when you put a magazine in. Yep, works just fine. You don't have to slap the crap out of it. It goes in, it's going to stay in, and there you go. Okay, and that's going to bring us to the weight test for the SCCY CPX3. As you can see, I got an empty mag here, empty pistol. Let's go ahead and weigh the pistol. Well, actually it would help if I turn this on, huh? So we're going to turn this on. Okay, we're going to go ahead and zero it out. There we go. Okay, so the pistol by itself is 15.5 ounces. Then with the, let's do the mag by itself. And we got 2.1 ounces. All three of these mags weigh the same. That finger extension, there's no difference in the weight. I tried it off camera. And let's weigh them together as separate pieces. We get 17.6 ounces, which is a little bit above advertised. My guess is that the advertised weight of this gun is probably just the pistol without an empty magazine in it. And then let's go ahead and do it together as a single piece. And we get 17.6 ounces. So it's a pretty good amount of weight for a small 380 ACP pistol like this. I kind of like the weight like that. I imagine this is going to be easier to shoot than my TCPs. Okay, here we go on the trigger pull test on my Lyman gauge. Going to go ahead and clear this out. And we're going to give this pistol 3 tugs. Here we go. 6 pounds, 7.6 ounces. 5 pounds, 15.9 ounces. 6 pounds, 13.9 ounces, and that averages out to 6 pounds and 7 ounces. So there you have it. It's advertised to have a 9-pound trigger. I'm finding it's more like 7. Okay, and I'm going to do a little size comparison here just to show you just size-wise where this thing fits. I have a Taurus TCP here. Oh, and by the way, all of these pistols are unloaded. I'm not going to show it on camera. And then I also have a Taurus PT140 Millennium G2. So as you can see, the CPX3 falls almost exactly between these two. The grip size, actually the grip's kind of long on the CPX. It's longer on the PT140. On the TCP it's really short. My pinky hangs off of this gun. I imagine this one's going to be a lot easier to shoot than this one is, just because of the weight, and it's got a more robust slide. This is 5 1/4 inches long. This one's 5.7. This one's 6.25. So there you go. For those of you that were wondering how big the CPX3 is, there you have it. For a 10+1 capacity in this size, assuming that this gun works at the range, yeah, I might be able to call it the P365 of the 380 world. I mean, yeah, you've got your Burst of Thunder Plus, with 15 round capacity, but that gun's huge. I mean, it's larger than this one. It's like 6.6 inches long or something like that. So for concealed carry, this makes this pistol a pretty good contender for capacity versus size. Okay, so that brings me to the pros and cons as I see them to this point. Now just keep in mind, I have not fired this weapon yet. I will be as soon as I can, because I want to get you guys some range footage of this pistol. But the pros, as I perceive them now, and these are subject to change after I fire the weapon, the trigger feels pretty smooth. Also, the slide does not have to cycle to pull the trigger a second time. So for those of you into second strike capabilities, this one's got it. The build quality on this is good. I don't see anything glaring that that looks cheesy or whatever. And they got the gun to me pretty clean. The slide again is very easy to operate. The slide catch button is also very easy to manipulate. Just to show you here real quick. Yeah, real easy. Anyway, so I like that a lot. This would be suitable for a beginner shooter. Maybe it might be a little bit snappy for a beginner shooter, but I mean, like I said, this thing weighs 17.6 ounces empty. With an empty mag in, but with fully loaded, you're probably looking at a gun that weighs about 20 ounces firing 380 ACP. So that may not be so bad. We'll find out when I go to the range. The grip is long enough to allow for a good secure purchase, which is really cool considering the size of this gun. Those of you with large hands probably going to feel a little bit left out. You might be able to at least wrap your pinky around that bottom with the extension. With the flush magazines, that's going to be a toss-up. The sights for a smaller gun like this are pretty usable, and they're adjustable. They're not, I wouldn't call them rudimentary, probably a step above that. The bright dots do work, so that's cool. I like that. The price on this is quite reasonable. I've seen prices for this with 2 mags as low as $224. Mine cost $289, but I got 3 magazines with it, and I'm perfectly okay with that as long as the gun works. Also, the takedown is very easy, especially considering that this gun has, a pin in it that you have to take down, that you have to pull out to take the thing down. But compared to, like, say, my TCP, and those pins in the TCPs are a real pain in the butt to get out and get back in, especially getting them back in. But this one, that's not the case, works very well. You just need a little flathead screwdriver or whatever, so that's cool. These also carry the same lifetime warranty that the CPX1 and 2 carry, as far as I can see. So everything that's covered, in the CPX1 and 2 warranty, I do believe is covered with this CPX3. Now to the cons. Well, the first thing is that long trigger set. Well, reset, rather. There is no trigger reset on this thing. You have to... Yeah, it has to go all the way out. So just be aware that buying this pistol, it is a smooth trigger, but there's no reset in it at all. The magazines, while the magazine build quality looked okay to me, these things were extremely dirty, and I actually had to rub a lot of rust off of these magazines, which was a bit, they're okay. They look a lot better than they did when I took them out of the box, I'll tell you that. But my recommendation would be, because I had to, rub these down with Ballistol to death to get it, get these clean and, get all that crap off of there. My recommendation would be, as soon as you take these out of the box, clean the gun. You're not going to have to spend a lot of time cleaning the actual pistol. It's the magazines you're going to be definitely need to pay some attention to and give them some TLC, because they, at least in my case, they arrived extremely dirty. One other con that I could think of is the size within this trigger guard. There's some limited real estate in here. Some people may not be able to wear a glove and shoot this gun. I don't know. With smaller hands, I could probably do it. Maybe somebody with medium-sized hands. Again, that might be a people with large hands kind of deal, kind of issue. But it may not, so I can't guarantee that. Therefore, I kind of chalk that up as a con. The other con that I can think of right off the top of my head, no ambidextrous features. I mean, I do believe the magazine release is reversible, but other than that, everything is on the left-hand side of the pistol. So this is basically a gun for right-handed shooters. If you're a lefty, you're going to, have to, put up with, using the slide catch button on the opposite side. But since the slide catch button is pretty easy to operate, I don't think it would take a whole lot to get used to that. But anyway, there you have it. The SCCY CPX3 tabletop review. We will have some range footage to come, hopefully soon. Thanks for watching.